Now we're going to get into this next match here, though. Let's talk a little bit about Wobbles.
Wobbles. And what a story we actually have when we talk about Wobbles as well. We always expect Wobbles to be in grand finals, but it looks like he's going to have to claw his way through the loser side to get there after being 2-0'd by Arc. And what a huge start for Albert, getting Nana out right off the start, but oh my god, that was insane. The word start flashed, and Albert was already all over Nana.
He absolutely mauled him. He took advantage of the fact that he could pillar him up the platforms and immediately shine to take him off the top. But that tech, this is what Wobbles has been doing really well, is that on these get-ups, Wobbles has been getting a lot of mileage, knowing when to go for those forward smashes, knowing when to go for those jab resets.
You know what that opening reminded me of, Neptune?
What's that?
You know that video of that like eagle or that falcon that just carries the goat? That's what Albert's opening like. Just I thought about it, I was like, yeah, flashbacks. But of course, Wobbles, you know, he's a tournament veteran. He has that solidarity when it comes to mental strength, and he wasn't phased by it at all. Already evening up the stock count and already back into the fray. But again, Albert opening up so strong. Good lord, this man is on fire. He's carrying so much momentum from that previous match against Hamyojo.
He's going to be able to, he tries to use Dare there to be able to trump him and beat him out. Ooh, back air to Nair. Now, the idea that I talked to Wobbles, not Wobbles, I talked to Albert actually at Forte when we were watching West Balls versus Wobbles. And I kept looking at Albert and I was like, so what's supposed to happen here? He says, this sucks for Falco. He says he doesn't enjoy that matchup. But while sometimes it is pretty difficult, I think that the way that you really can do this is you have to go in there, know how to shine and when to shine. It's unfortunate. Those are the moments when you get to shine, right? But the problem is that if they're shielding, it's sometimes really difficult to pick them up. Because if you get the grab, it doesn't give you, oh my god, did he just grab and then the Nana that was coming up forward smashed?
Yeah, Nana does think sometimes, especially whenever it's controlled by a master like Wobbles.
Holy crap.
Wobbles right back into the fray, gets that back air, and that's going to be game.
Yeah.
You know, I was worried for Wobbles. He had a shaky start on Yoshi's against Arc. And, you know, I was worried that it was going to be a problem for him right off the especially when the beginning was like that. That was the first 3 seconds of the game. But Wobbles able to shake off some of the cobwebs, and Albert forced to go ahead and make the run back. See if he can maybe open up just as strong. Nana's still in play, though, after 3 seconds. So not quite the opening we were looking for, though. I think he may have gotten more damage on Popo as a consolation prize.
Yeah,
whoa, more damage indeed. 15 seconds is what it took to take that stock. That was a fantastic F smash.
Gosh, this is ridiculous. I mean, oh gosh, he's just going in there and shining like crazy. He's trying to constantly edge out Nana. Like, the thing that I'm looking for from him is knowing when to go for Nana and not take damage while doing it. And he's done a great job of doing it so far. And he's going to maintain this stock lead, and he's going to bring these pillars to a halt? To a flying conclusion. Wow. I don't even know where I was going with that.
I don't even know either. But Albert definitely knew. You know, he understands that this stage has that lower ceiling, and that shine with that knockback that it has is really great for sending Nana, or in this case Popo, right off the top.
That was really sick because this stage generally is really good for Falco because it turns into combo food. He did it again, and he's managing to not get punished here for doing it, which is sick. The reason I was getting at is this is a great combo stage for Falco is because these platforms are perfect for him. His pillar game, as you've been noticing, is phenomenal here, and he can continue to bring the damage. The low ceiling helps out for those shines off the top. This is the Falco stage. It's fantastic.
Wobbles reeling back in his chair, taking a minute, trying to figure out what he needs to do to make this comeback a reality. A really big thing is that Wobbles hasn't been able to get the grabs. The pressure that we've been seeing from Albert may be just too much, as we're seeing Wobbles take a lot more on the defensive than we're really used to seeing him.
Okay, is he taking him?
Not quite yet, just barely off. Doesn't quite get the right launch trajectory on that initial shine, but Wobbles able to go ahead and sneak in an aerial, and he gets a second bear to go ahead and seal that stock. So Albert has a 1-stock lead right now. Can Wobbles bring it back? Or is Albert taking this to game number 3? Wobbles getting these grabs that he needs. This could be a really big...
He doesn't conclude the handoff, though. Okay. Ooh,
Great
great
text
job.
from Albert. We've seen some fantastic text from him all evening. And whoa, the surprise bear. Wobbles was not prepared.
No, he's been doing that throughout the tournament, the handful of times that I've seen him play, but he hasn't done it on Wobbles yet. So, ooh, that forward smash is going to take him.
So game number 2 going in favor of Albert. About to go to game 3. You know, Wobbles,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not the Wobbles we're used to seeing.
it definitely is, you know, but
He hasn't made many conversions off of grab though. That's been one of the big things, is that Albert's been very slippery. He's been avoiding the grabs overall. And whenever Wobbles has been getting those hits, it's been mostly edge guard opportunities.
and beyond that, something that we saw that was consistent in game 1 and 2 was how good Albert was at decisively ending Nana stocks. And that made it so that Wobbles didn't have that potency that he really needs to be able to compete, I guess, at that highest level. And on top of that, from a mental standpoint, it is taxing. It is absolutely taxing. So Wobbles, even though you know, the set count is tied, I feel like he's starting this game at a bit of a disadvantage, despite the fact that he has this counter pick.
I mean, the fact that Falco can go in here and shine, commit to something, and then try to immediately jump out of it, try to bail himself out of the situation, is pretty advantageous if you're going to go in here and try to split these two up. But great job catching these back airs. Up smash? No, dare to back air. Splits the two, tries to get the opportunity, launches Nana. That's what I want to see. Now, you no longer have the threat of wobbling, and you can finish those stocks.
Wobbles losing stock number 1. Let's talk about this counter pick for a second. You know, in some ways, it's very similar to Yoshi's from a stage property standpoint. Pretty small, pretty constricted, which means that Wobbles is going to have a lot of access to that wave dash. The long wave dash. Unfortunate technical error, though, there by
that
Wobbles.
Was really, really bad.
Yeah, very bad.
He's now lost his... Now he's 2 stocks down, and he doesn't have a solid way to convert at this moment. That's it. That's what he was looking. Now it's one stock game. If he gets a grab, he can wobble his way to an even game.
That's right. He might actually see Wobbles wobble at a weekly. You know, he might just be in that position right now. One thing that this stage does allow Wobbles, I think, is a little bit of relief when it comes to that combo game. In theory, because those platforms are constantly shifting, it's a lot harder to get those L cancels as consistently as you might get them on a stage like Yoshi's. And so for Albert, it's another thing that he really has to think about, which might limit how strong his punishes are. But already we're not seeing that punish game really showing any signs of stopping. Wobbles down to 1 stock against Albert's 3. I mean, this is unprecedented. This is absolutely unprecedented.
Okay, takes him off to the side. He splits the 2. Combo game. He's going to try to shine her off the top. No, doesn't get a chance. He instead gets the back air and takes the damage. He now comes back, 2nd stock, fresh. He's going to try to go in here. Ooh, there's the down smash. The down smash, as he did the dare in, splits the 2, takes out Nana, and looks like Wobbles is eliminated from the tournament.
Wow.
And now we're going to see Albert in Grand Finals.
You know, I was really worried. I remember talking to Albert after his set against Arc, and I remember he told me that, you know, he really wanted the run back against Arc, especially after that first game.
Yeah.
And, you know, after seeing Arc go to Grand Finals, I think that he'd have to get through Wobbles. I just didn't think that it would be possible for him to get the run back that he was looking for. But, you know, Wobbles, he must have had some kind of an off day, because in an unprecedented fashion ends up getting 3rd place at our weekly. Absolutely insane.
You know, there was an interview he did actually for the Daily Dot, and he talks about leveling up when it comes to being a top player, yeah? Where he says that, you know, they imagine like a big bar, yeah? And the ability to fill up and get to this level of a high player, you know, the resources there, you take the time, you put the effort in, and you can level up. You can do that, and there's a lot of room for growth. But once you get to that really high level, once you get to that really tip top, earning and getting better is really hard. You put in extra hours more than everybody else really does, and the progress you get is significantly less.
No, it's true. And you know, it's there's a...
Oh my gosh.
Did Wobbles seriously? Did he light his prize money on fire?
He did not light his prize money.
He did not. Oh, wow. Yo, that work ethic. Okay, that's actually a great tidbit, though. So, real talk.
There's one last thing, though, about that specific point, which is he also talks about the fact that because it's so difficult for him to come up to that level, and that the punish game is it's such a punish-oriented game there, that honestly showing up that day to execute And sometimes being off your ball can completely take someone who's at that high of a level of wobbles and throw them out of the window to somebody who's an up-and-comer that is on the ball, that is on fire that day. That's what high-level play is like. That's a scary one.
Oh, yeah. Have you, there's an interesting book called The First 20 Hours. And it basically talks about how whenever you look at learning as a skill, generally speaking, the first 20 hours of learning, if you do it right, you can get about, I think it's something like either 80 or 90, maybe even 95% of mastery that you need, right?
Sure.
Because basically, you touched on, right? The curve goes like this, and then it's like that, right?
It flatlines, right?
It doesn't, like completely go flat, but it's like it's such a minimal growth in regards to how much time you put into it, right? And that's the thing, you